What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Beansy, Daniel, all the greats. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best lines at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day so you can get the lines before they end up moving. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just threw it into the chat there. 4 games, and we got a ton of bets today. We got a lot. We got what, $8,000 in bets? I don't know. We've been crushing it so far this month. We got $6,000 in bets. Well, a lot of them are smaller bets. We probably got about 15, including a few ladders here. So this is gonna be a fun one. We'll just get right into it. Starting off with Terry Rozier under 4.5 assists, -120 over at Betway / over at DK. Same exact odds for every single game. Rozier, we have projected for 4.1, I believe. Let's see. Rozier, 4.2. I have projected for slightly lower than that. Just a bit too high of a line. James Harden under 37.5 points, rebounds, assists, -104 over at FanDuel. This line might have moved. Let me check here. No, well, yeah, it's at -109. I still like it at -109. So Philly's going up against Miami. These are two of the slowest paced teams, two of the best defensive teams in the league. Low total in this game. Harden probably getting Jimmy Butler defense, meaning most likely is going to be subdued a little bit. I'm rolling with his under on points, rebounds, assists. I'm rolling with his under on points too. Under 21.5 points, -113 over at Caesars. He's been hitting the over at pretty decent clip, but again, really don't like the matchup, really don't like the pace, really don't like Butler guarding him. So I'm rolling with his unders. Also rolling with the under points, rebounds, assists, 47.5 for Joel Embiid, -117. While he was crushing this on a very consistent basis, crushing his points over for a while, hasn't really been the same over the last month. Still fantastic, still for the most part, unstoppable unless he's going up against Triple J. But numbers just a bit too high here. Rolling with the under. With both those guys likely being subdued, again, Embiid's going up against Bam Adebayo. Defense, slow pace, good defensive team in Miami. With Embiid and Harden likely getting subdued to an extent, I'm rolling with the Tyrese Maxey overs. So his regular over 21.5 points, rebounds, assists, -115 at DK and Betway. And I'm going with his 25+ at Betfred, +170. Maxey's been a little bit hit or miss recently, but should see an uptick in usage here, even in a slower paced matchup. I just really like his over, so I'm rolling with it. Next up, we got Gabe Vincent under 10.5 points. Looks like Hero's going to play. Probably not getting a ton of usage here. 10.5, just a bit too high. I've been hitting his under a lot recently, and yeah, today's no different. Last up, Tobias Harris under 14.5 points. This is probably my least favorite bet in this game. -120 over at Betway. We'll move on to the next game here. We got the Knicks going up against the Celtics. Brunson under 33.5 points, rebounds, assists, -110 over at DK, -113 over at Caesars. He's been playing out of his mind this month, like just absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna pull this up because it's been absurd how good he's been. Brunson game log. He's been shooting so well. So we're looking at this, and this is not off of low volume. 19, 16, 13, 19, 22, 21, 19, 20, 13 shot attempts. 73% from field, 37.5, 69, 63, 50, 71, 52, and 66%. He's shooting 50% from beyond the arc this month, or close to it, 46 if you take out. But the last 2 games, he's come a little bit back down to earth, going up against the Celtics. Marcus Smart defense likely coming his way. This number is inflated pretty heavily because of how well he's been playing recently and getting a tough match versus Celtics and a very tough match going up against Marcus Smart. I think this number is too high, but I'm rolling with his under on points, rebounds, assists. I'm rolling his under on points, 24.5, -105 DK. And then I'm rolling with the over on RJ Barrett, 24.5 points, rebounds, assists. Julius Randle probably getting Horford or Williams or Tatum defense. Smart going on Brunson. There's a chance that Tatum does end up guarding Barrett, but I think I'm not sure. But regardless, I think Barrett ends up getting a decent amount more run in this. He's been playing better recently, getting decent minutes. 24.5. I took the alt over. You can get it 23.5. I think -120 over at FanDuel. The 24.5 getting it +110 Over at Betfred is a bit of a steal, and then rolling with the alts on Jason Tatum. Over 31.5 points, minus 120 at Betfred. Over 34.5 points, minus 140, or plus 145, rather, over at Betfred. And lastly, Robert Williams, rolling with his under 9.5 points. I know he's hit this at over a 50% clip this month, but Knicks haven't allowed a ton of points in the paint so far this season. They've actually not given up a ton of points to opposing centers this season. I'm rolling with his under. Next up, Orlando Pelicans. I've got no bets. Wait, no, I should there. Yeah. Missed this Mark Williams bet. Mark Williams over 22.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 120 over at Betway/DK. Detroit, one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Wiseman, Bagley, Stewart, not really terribly worried about their defense. Mark Williams going to play 30 minutes in the spot here, most likely. Sorry for that. Numbers too low here. I think someone else wrote it up too, or they wrote points and rebounds. I just rolled the point, rebound, assist. That's 1 point higher. But yeah, solid overall line. Brandon Ingram over 25.5 points, minus 123 at Caesars. Over 29.5 points, plus 200 over at Betfred. Doing the latter again. Brandon Ingram's been very solid recently over the last month, eating up a ton of usage, hitting this over in 6 out of the last 7 games, I believe, having 30, 35 plus in a few of those games. Gets a decent matchup going up against Orlando. Not terribly worried about the blowout. I think the line's sitting at 4.5. This number is just too low here. I really like the over at Betfred of 29.5. If you don't have Betfred, FanDuel, I think, has the 30 plus at 180, and I still like that one. If not, 25.5, minus 123 over at Caesars, or minus 120, I think, over at MGM. Still really solid line. But my favorite bet on the board, Brandon Ingram under 5.5 rebounds, minus 113 over at Caesars. Number is far too high. He's hit the over only in 3 out of the last 11, 12 games since he came back from injury. 2 of those he only hit by the hook. This is just a bad overall line. Absolutely love the under in this spot. Jalen Suggs over 14.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 106 at Caesars. And then we're going the ladder. 15.5 at plus 120 at Betfred. 17.5 at plus 200 at Betfred. 19.5 at plus 350 over at Betfred. Jalen Suggs is eating up the usage in the second unit. He has been solid. He's playing close to 30 minutes. He's leading that second unit. He is not crushed this line, really. Certain games he's crushed this line, but he's been getting 5 to 7 assists plus rebounds pretty much every single game. He's taken 7 to 15 shot attempts pretty much every single game. Going up against the Pelicans, I assume he's going to continue to do this. He's been looking better. He crushed this the other night, and I had every single alt over, and he hit every single one of them the other night, even though he did not shoot great. I think it was 4 from 12 from the field. He still hit all his alt overs. This is just a bad overall line. Orlando hasn't given up on him yet. Just let him lead that second unit, and it's an easy over for me. And that's it. That's the show. Be back again tomorrow, maybe with Daniel on. We'll see. I'm out of here.